This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Thursday, September 28th, 2023. I'm Kate Sharon. Pennsylvania-based Wawa unveiled new details of its Indiana expansion on Thursday. The convenience store chain plans to invest $420 million to add 60 stores throughout the Hoosier State over the next 8 to 10 years, with the first round of stores primarily located in central Indiana. Wawa President Brian Schaller said the decision to expand into Indiana was all about market opportunity.
Point B. So density is a big thing in our model, and I think in Indiana, the sky's the limit, frankly, from the first 60.
The effort is expected to create a total of 2,200 jobs, with the ground being broken on the first store slated for 2024. Wawa plans to open 10 stores a year between 2025 and 2028, then 5 to 10 stores annually after that. The site of a former marsh has long sat vacant in an area of Bloomington blossoming with new housing and steadfast with business. However, after years of confusing residents why the property hasn't been snapped up, it's poised to soon become a sporting goods store. A zoning board packet broke the news that Academy Sports and Outdoors is looking into moving into the 51,200 square foot building. The proposal was approved September 21st, allowing for the developer to sidestep a parking space clause that could have required it to remove spaces since the nature of the establishment zoning has changed. The property is valued at $3.4 million according to county tax records. Corteva Agriscience Incorporated, the Indianapolis-based seed and crop protection giant, is suing a Massachusetts startup, saying the company has taken Corteva's patent-protected seeds, made slight genetic modifications, and is preparing to commercialize them under its own name. The suit alleges patent infringement, breach of material transfer agreements, and infringement of U.S. plant protection certificates. The lawsuit alleges that Inari deliberately used a third-party agent to obtain protected Corteva seeds, illegally exported the seeds out of the United States, made slight genetic modifications of the biotech traits, and is seeking U.S. patents for those modified traits. The lawsuit seeks to prevent Inari from, quote, continuing its brazen efforts to steal Corteva's groundbreaking patent-protected work. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Get ready, Northeast Indiana. We're headed your way. IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the second annual Engage Northeast Indiana event, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. Tuesday, October 10th at the Grand Wayne Center. We'll be diving into talent, education, and other issues shaping the regional economy. You can find more at ibj.com/engage.
In the steady stream of commercially successful innovations to emerge from the lab of Purdue University's Dr. Philip Lau, a newly licensed technology takes aim at improving MRIs to image the most aggressive form of brain cancer. Inside Indiana Business reporter Kylie Valletta.
Dr. Lau, Purdue's Presidential Scholar for Drug Discovery, has world-renowned expertise in developing targeting agents, many of which are the underpinnings of his 7 successful companies. His latest discovery is designed to better image all solid tumors so surgeons can remove them. A biotech company based in Australia called Ferranova recently licensed the technology. Ferranova will use it to create better MRIs for glioblastoma, a highly aggressive form of brain cancer. University leaders say this latest agreement is a textbook example of its revamped strategy that streamlines and strengthens commercialization and startup growth. Now under the name of Purdue Innovates, the strategy is expected to make it easier for all Boilermaker faculty to become innovators. Dr. Philip Lau.
As the faculty here at the university see the successes of some of us, I think you will find that they begin to ask themselves whether their own particular research has commercial potential, and if so, how might they develop it to help the general public.
Purdue recently ranked 4th among all U.S. universities for the number of U.S. patents, placing it in the top 10 the past 3 years. Kylie Valletta, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Students attending Indianapolis Public Schools who have a grade point average of at least 3.0 will receive automatic admission to Indiana University Indianapolis. The major initiative announced on Wednesday aims to make higher education more accessible for IPS students. In addition, those qualified students won't have to fill out an application, provide a high school transcript, or pay an application fee to attend the university. The effort applies to students in the 4 high schools IPS manages directly. IPS students who meet the GPA requirement will receive an email and postcard indicating they qualify for admission to IU Indianapolis this fall and can opt in to attend the school. The first cohort of admitted students will attend the university in the fall of 2024. Mario Rodriguez, Indianapolis International Airport's executive director, was named the Indiana Chamber's 2023 Dynamic Leader of the Year. The Chamber applauds Rodriguez for leading customer-focused innovations and programs, including the addition of EV charging stations, new restaurants, and free Wi-Fi to the airport. He also emphasizes the importance of diversity and equity efforts. A recent $35 million award of federal tax credits could help spur new development in Fort Wayne. The city announced Wednesday that its Fort Wayne New Markets Revitalization Fund has been selected to receive $35 million in credits from the U.S. Department of the Treasury. This is the 5th time the city has been selected in the program, bringing the federal government's total new market credit investment in Fort Wayne to $183 million. Christian Anderson, co-founder and partner at High Alpha, is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Kate Sharon for Inside Indiana Business, Radio on Demand.